Back even before Resident Evil Village's release, Capcom had a supposed breach where there were a couple of games that were allegedly going to happen with year stamps on them and when they'd be released. One of these was a game codenamed Resident Evil Outage. This led many fans to believe this would be the third game in the Revelations spin-off series. Later it was said to star Rebecca Chambers as the lead character in the game. So with the upcoming Death Island film and knowing that Rebecca is going to be playing a part in it, here's a way Revelations 3 could happen or play out. Depending on how Death Island ends by having either Maria or Dylan survive, it could carry over into a Revelations 3 with Rebecca. In the trailer, we see a briefcase open from who seems to be Rebecca. She is a scientist, and whatever virus or threat is in Death Island could have been taken and tested on by her, which could drive whatever villain survived during the ending of Death Island. This is only the case if one villain actually escapes. For all we know, this film could end with all the villains meeting their ends. Who's to say someone like Shiosawa or Taylor could be up to shady things, and seem like good people but have a plan later leading into Revelations 3.
Both Leon and Rebecca have met prior as well during the events of Resident Evil Vendetta, which Death Island is a sequel to. Coincidentally, Leon is also playing a role in Death Island as well. Having both Leon and Rebecca have a half and half or duo campaign would be super fun and interesting to see. Seeing as to how Revelations 2 had co-op, we could have it in this game too, which would be fun. When Outage was being talked about, it was stated to take place at a university if we remember correctly. If this game were to feature Rebecca, we'd want the setting to be in a facility with a lab aesthetic. Since she's a scientist who uses her knowledge more than her physical power to go against bioterrorism. In Outrage, the Infected were said to have an uncontrollable rage in that supposed game, which also means zombies would have played a part in it. Whether they are the type to eat flesh or not is up to how they were to interpret them in the game. Zombies were and are present in both Vendetta and Death Island, which would make sense having both films connect in the story of Revelations 3 and having zombies in that too.
As stated earlier, in terms of setting, we'd like it to be in a lab facility. Rebecca still doing what she does best, maybe still looking into whatever virus was in Death Island. Leon could have been called out by the government to track down either of the surviving villains from Death Island. He finds out Rebecca is there as well, in turn equals both characters being together for a duo campaign setup. So having Vendetta and recently Death Island feature Rebecca in them could fuel the Revelations 3/Outrage theory to come true in making this game be the conclusion of that specific storyline. And that's how we think Revelations 3 with Rebecca Chambers could happen. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, comment down below, and with that being said, have a good day.